In a previous video, I showed you how to configure and run a backup to back up a website I was hosting on the cloud server web.example.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how you would restore that file if it were to get accidentally deleted from your cloud server. So the first thing we need to do is, let's go delete that file. If I list the contents of this directory, it shows index.html. So let's delete it. You can see that file is now gone. As a matter of fact, if I go back to the IP address of my cloud server in my browser and refresh it, it no longer shows the page, it shows the Apache 2 test page. So what I need to do is let's go ahead and go back into my control panel and let's restore that file. I'm going to do that first by clicking on Backup. This lists, of course, all the systems that are connected to the cloud backup system. I'm going to select the server that I have the job running on. And I'm going to select Restore Backup. The name that I gave the backup originally was Website, so that's the one I'm going to select. And the most recent backup I have, as a matter of fact, the only backup I have is this one here, so I'm going to select that one. Now, if I had multiple servers, it would give me the option of restoring this file to a different cloud server, but in this case, I only have one, so I'm going to restore it back to the original server. Here's where I have the option of selecting specific files and folders that I would want restored back to that server. Because I only have one file, I'm going to dig down. I'm going to click on slash. I'm going to click on var. I'm going to click on www and then of course HTML until I get all the way down to my index.html file. And that's the file that I'm going to select, and it says this file will be restored. I'm going to click on Next Step, and it's going to ask if I'd like that file to be restored back to the original location, or if I want to designate a different location for it to go to, say for example a temp folder. In this case I do want it to go back to the original location, and I can also designate it if I want that file to override any existing files with the same name. In this case I'm not going to worry about that. So let's click on Next Step, and it gives me a summary of the restore job. Everything looks good. Let's click on Start Restore. And before we know it, that restore is completed. So if I go back to my browser and refresh that page, that site is now back up. And if I list the contents of my directory again in my server, index.html is there. So as you can see, it's extremely quick and easy to restore a file using Cloud Backup.